Hello people, this is writing the equation of sine and or cosine function given its graph. So this is like the inverse of the other exercises because you're given the graph and you have to build the equation. So the first thing you have to notice is where it starts, where it crosses the y-axis. So mine crosses the y-axis at 0, comma 0. So that means that it is a sine function. It starts at 0, comma 0. It means it is a sine function. We want to get the value of a, b, c, and d to build the equation of this function. Now, as an additional information, it would be cosine if it started at 0, comma 1, right there. In that case, it would have been cosine, but it is not cosine function. So, yeah, you can notice that it is sine if it starts at 0, comma 0, or cosine if it starts at 0, comma 1, or actually it can start at 0, comma 2 or 0, comma 3 or other different than 0, comma 0, but 0, comma 0 is definitely sine. Now, next thing to do is locating the point where it returns to the origin, where it goes through a complete period. I don't have another word to say that because that is the official word, where it completes a period, where it starts again, right? So the next thing you have to do is identifying the maximum and the minimum points, the upper point of the graph and the lower point of the graph, and then the halfway of that, this this distance is what we call the amplitude. So the amplitude is the absolute value of a, and in this case it is 3, right? No, it is not 3. It is 3.5. 3.5. Right. That means that a equals 3.5. So we have our first number, 3.5. Now let's go for the value of b. Value of b is the period. So in here we know that 2 pi divided by b equals, as we can see in here, this equals 2 because we're ending in here, right? And if we solve this little equation for b, we would do 2 pi divided by 2 equals b, and then b equals pi, right? Okay, we have our second number. And I can tell you that in these kind of exercises, you won't have a phase shift. So no phase shift means that c equals 0. You will always have this. So remember, you won't have phase shift. So actually, I'm going to put that little heart in here. C will always be 0 in this kind of exercises. Actually, the exercise that were that you are not going to handle is where you have a phase shift, but it is not this one. And the other thing that I can tell you is that there is no lift. That means that d equals 0 too. So you will only have things multiplicating nor adding anywhere. Now let us write what we found. A equals 3.5, and b equals pi. So this is our equation. Let me write that in your notes. Y equals 3.5 sine of pi times x. Check. What happened? Oh man, what's going on? It got stopped. You write your answer without a decimal point. Okay. All right. Um, it is asking for me to write 3.5 is 7 halves, right? So that's it. 7 halves. Come on, Alex. That's it. All right. Thanks.